Good morning, Patreon family. This morning I was watching a really lovely watercolor painting class, which I'm enjoying so much, and I got started on some sketches and notes and developing a concept for my very first proper watercolor painting. I'm a little bit nervous because I really don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm really hopeful that it's going to be nice, and I was thinking that maybe this will end up being our next postcard for the monthly postcard club.
Ciao!
Today I'm taking you on a really special little adventure to my favorite neighborhood in London so that we can go to the art shop and pick up a few supplies that I need for my painting. And on the way, I actually got back to my Italian studies and I'm so excited about it. I managed to study 8 lessons on Babbel just using the time spent on the train, which felt amazing. All right, here we are in Angel. I haven't been here in many months, but I really like it here. And I'm gonna show you some really cute little shopping streets. And I'm gonna take you to one of my favorite cafes in all of London. I've always wanted to come to this place, but I never had the chance. I really love this square. It's actually one of the first places I came in London when I felt like, oh, this is really, really nice. I just love how there's so many nice things surrounding it. There's a super cool retro movie theater over there that I've always wanted to go to one day. And yeah, just nice restaurants, nice shops all around, lots of gift shops and cafes. And I just think it's really pretty. It's a good size too, and it's kind of right in the heart of Angel, at least as I understand it. So we're gonna go over this way now, over there, and I'm gonna take you to Popham's, which is such a lovely cafe in London. I absolutely adore that place. I haven't been there in so long. And then the art shop is actually really close by as well, so it's perfect. Oh, this place does absolutely incredible bread. Really, really nice. Oh, it's called Jolene. Look at those beautiful loaves. Oh, the art shop is actually right there. So maybe we should just get our art supplies first, and then we can go and relax at Popham's. This is exciting. I got my whole list ready. I got everything on my list, and the people there were so friendly and helpful, and I saved a bunch of money, so I cannot wait to get home and get started on my new painting. But first, I'm gonna have a really nice, simple coffee at Popham's. Oh, I feel so happy. I got 25% off my art supplies and a free coffee, and that was just such a peaceful time sitting at Popham's. I just can't wait to get home now and get started on this painting. Maybe this could even be my monthly postcard for next month. Or maybe this month, if it turns out really nicely, who knows? Goodbye, Angel. It was so nice to see you again. All right, I am home, and I thought I could talk to you a bit more about my Italian studies, and then I want to talk to you a little bit more about this painting because it actually symbolizes the start of a new chapter on my creative and art journey. So let's start with Italian. And the reason that I got back to it is twofold. First of all, with my French studies, I am very, very happy with how they are going, and I've been really enjoying reading my novel in French and listening to the podcast, and also once in a while I do get the chance to speak French with somebody. And I found that those three activities are by far the most valuable and the most enjoyable. And when I've been doing Babbel on the train or buses or just situations when I don't really feel like reading or having a podcast on, I find that it is nice. I do enjoy it, but I don't know if I'm really getting that much value from it. It's more just kind of going through the motions. It's not as valuable as those other activities. And when it comes to Italian, I do keep finding myself either meeting Italian people or in situations where I could speak Italian. For example, I met my new friend Simone here in London. He's from Torino, Italy, and such a nice human being, a wonderful person. I would love to have him on a video soon. I also met Giulia, who is the amazing animator, illustrator, and director that I gave a really nice shout out to in the Daily Diary. We have kind of become friends now. We've been chatting back and forth, and she is from Italy. And then there's the guys from the Italian Deli. And I actually had a lovely suggestion from one of you in the comments that maybe I could even do an interview with them in Italian and learn more about their story. And even as I'm thinking about what to do after London, I'm definitely considering places in Italy. And so there just feel like there are all these different ways that Italian is organically finding its way back into my life. But my Italian is very rusty. It's much more rusty than my French was. And I love Italian so, so much. So I just thought, why not start doing Italian with that Babbel study time, since I'm not really getting as much value from that for my French. And that way I can just slowly, organically start getting back into Italian without really taking anything away from my French studies. I think this is a really nice way to be adaptable and flexible, and also follow my heart in terms of getting back to these wonderful languages that I spent years learning in the past, meeting old friends again, and just getting reacquainted, but doing it in a way that's practical and a way that just feels like a smart use of my time. So I'd love to know what you all think. I did see one comment a couple of weeks ago where somebody was a bit concerned about me getting back into Japanese and French. But I do think it's important to remember that these are all languages I've studied for years and years in the past, but also I don't have like a timeline. I'm not in a rush. I'm just having fun finally getting back to these things. And as for my painting, so in the last episode, I shared with you how I basically have 6 months to figure out what I'm going to be doing next because my apartment contract ends in 6 months. I really want to use this as an opportunity to find some really positive impact on my life these next 6 months. I don't want to let this hang over me and just be something that causes negative energy. I want to try to see how can I leverage this to do something great. And so I am using this to have a new level of focus on really starting to create a body of work with my animation and illustration work. Because until now, for the last 2.5 years, I've mostly been studying and learning and preparing to make all the work that's been in my heart this whole time. I have made some work that I'm really proud of. They've mostly been test shots or little scenes that would be a piece of a larger project later. And it's mostly been a way to sort of practice what I've learned. But I've been patiently waiting to truly start just creating lots and lots of finished, hopefully beautiful, magical work. And my hope is that by the end of these next 6 months, I want to put myself in the best position possible so that maybe there could be opportunities to get jobs in some wonderful animation studios or creative agencies, who knows. I can at least try my best, and even if I don't make it into one of those kind of situations, it would still be a wonderful thing to just finally start creating as much beautiful work as I can. And so I am starting that process with this painting. I'm just showing you again these rough sketches from earlier. This is just me sort of exploring some of the imagery that I might want to include in the painting. But as I'm doing this, I've also been creating these little animation storyboards. So this is like something I did earlier where I was kind of imagining this painting in motion. And I was thinking that after I finished the painting, I could then actually create a beautiful hand-drawn animation using watercolor brushes and a very similar style to bring it to life in animation. And after that, I actually already did most of the hard work for my first ever animated short film. It's a film about the strength of togetherness, which is something that I really want to explore on this channel because I know that a lot of us are going through difficult things, and my hope is that as I go through these next 6 months and really try my best to sort of navigate this and make life better and just try to turn those uncertain things that have been really causing me a lot of anxiety, trying to make the best of them as much as I can, I'm hoping that maybe we can do that together. So if any of you are going through things in your life right now, I would genuinely love for you to share it if you're comfortable, so that I can keep track and you can keep me updated. And I would like to celebrate all of us getting through these things together. So I want to explore this topic, and I have this film that I worked so hard on, but unfortunately my ex-girlfriend just didn't like it. She just seemed to kind of hate that project, and it just created this very negative, like very heavy atmosphere around that project. And so I just paused it. I was like, I want to come back and finish this at a time when I can really truly enjoy it and pour my heart into it freely without the bullying. And so I feel like that could be now. Why not? It would be so amazing to finally have my first ever tiny animated film out there in the world. So this is just a couple of things I want to do. I want to do this painting. I want to finish my short film, turn this painting into an animated short, and then hopefully just really keep the ball rolling. I do actually have one more project that some of you might like, because I know that there's a few of you in the audience who are fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, that whole universe. I've actually been doing a project where I have been studying all the art books. I have like all the art books here. And I've been studying the show, I've been studying interviews, everything I can find. And I've actually been designing my own original characters that are intended to actually truly look and feel like they belong in the Avatar world. And I've actually already designed my first two characters. One is from the Fire Nation and one is from one of the Water Tribes. And I actually already started bringing them to life just with some very simple like blinking animations. But over the next 6 months, I'm gonna be slowly working on bringing those characters to life more and more, both improving their designs, but also starting to do character animation. I'm gonna make background paintings, and my goal is to create a couple of scenes that would actually really look and feel like they came out of the show. And so these are just some of the things I'm gonna try and do over the next 6 months. And I'm sharing it here so I can hold myself accountable and so that we can celebrate together when I get through these things one by one. So I would love to know if you have any thoughts, but that's where I'm at. I just wanna try to pour as much of my energy and my heart as possible into creating wonderful YouTube videos here on this channel. I wanna really focus on hope and togetherness and action. And I wanna create beautiful animated works that reflect that and that hopefully explore it and express it in magical, beautiful ways. So I am now gonna spend the rest of the evening continuing my class on watercolor painting, doing some drawing studies, and I'm gonna pull off my French novel from the shelf and do some reading before bed. Let me know how you are all doing. Let me know if you enjoyed our little adventure to Angel. What did you think of the neighborhood? Oh, I'm just so excited to be doing these videos again. It makes me so happy. So thank you all for being here, and I will see you on Monday after the weekend. And also, for those of you on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this Patreon special. I decided that since I missed our video on Monday this week, I would share this with everybody just as a little treat. All right, bye everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.